What is up, everybody? Josiah is here for an acoustic guitar video. I am very excited about this one. Again, it is diving into some of the chord building portions. Now that's a very important part. A lot of us want to know is, well, how do I just create any chord? How do I learn more chords and stuff like that? So this is going to have two parts, the chords portion, and then I'm going to also have the strumming portion and the rhythmic portion. And now I know I've done a couple of videos like that, but this here is going on a little more in depth as acoustic guitar master, and that's really where its point is to show you guys all of those details. And I'm making videos and lessons here, so PDFs that are specific to Patreon. It's only for this. It's going to be awesome. We're going to dive right in. Alright, you guys, so very first thing that we want to do, you should by this point have a very basic knowledge of some chords. You would have gotten that from like my beginner guide portion. So in this stage here, what I want you to do is you can pick a couple of chords that you've got already. I'd recommend a few major and a couple minor. So like a D chord, a C chord, a G chord maybe, I'd say an E minor, and an A minor. If you stuck with those 5 chords, you should have plenty of material to work with here, and you shouldn't have too much difficulty. So, moving forward, what I want for you guys to remember is when it comes to building a chord, you at a minimum have to have 3 notes. Alright? In any chord, if you have a single note, that's just a note. If you have 2 notes, that is called a dyad. It's also where we do get like the power chord from. But those are more so dyads. They're not exactly a full chord. But a chord is technically more than one note being played at the same time. So here what we're doing is 3-note chords or more. So we're not playing dyads. We're talking about triads or higher. Alright? Now, if you've seen some of my other videos on triads, for instance, triads are a creation of a chord from the scale. So, for instance, a D major triad, you have to have your root note, which is a D. You have to walk your way up to the 3rd note if you're doing a major scale. D, E, F sharp, that's the 3. That's what I have on that D chord. So here's a D. There's an F sharp. I've got this thing zoomed in right now on my left hand. Alright, so D, E, F sharp, G, A should be my 5. So D, F sharp, A. You've got that portion. Alright, so based on that, D, F sharp, A, that's your triad creation there. Well, really, that's all a chord is. It's the same guidelines. It's taking anything from your root, and it puts any of the other notes from either that scale, or if you're taking a different scale, say you're doing a Phrygian scale. So I could do a D, an F, and an A. So here's a D, an F, and an A. So in that case, that would give me a minor one. Now I'm breezing through that portion really quickly. If you do not feel comfortable with the chords and triads and scale connection, then check out the part 2 of the video on scales. It would have been one of the more recent videos that I put up. So part 1 is definitely already out there, and it's just simply going back through the scales. If you're not confident with the scales, do that one before you do this, because that will definitely help you a lot with scales and chords, etc. So, but if we've got this chord here, that's how we would create that D major, is by using the major scale, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, here's a sharp, that's a C sharp, D. We could do that with the C major chord. We'll do C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So here's a C, and we want to do C, D, E is the 3rd note in my scale, so C and an E. And then I want to find the 5th note, C, E, or C, D, E, F, G. G is going to be my 5. C, E, G, and then I just have another C, and then another E. Or I could add a G with my pinky. Doesn't matter either way. It's the same way. Now you notice I'm now repeating notes. Here's a C, here's an E, here's a G, here's a C, here's an E. I could add a low G if I wanted. But either way, I'm still just repeating those same notes. That was the first, third, and fifth note within the scale. That's the way we'll build all of our chords. Now if we go to like an A minor, we have to use the minor scale starting on A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So the first, third, and fifth notes of the scale, one is A, B, C is the 3, A, B, C, D, E is the 5. So that should make sense. Here's an A, here's a C, here's an E. We have another E that we play lower here, and another A. A, E, A, C, E. Get a little Stairway to Heaven action going on there. So this little portion here, this is just the really, really simple rundown on this. I'm going to do the next video. I'm going to be numbering these in order. These are going to be short videos with short, small goals. Your goal is to take, and I will have a PDF with all these connected to it. Your goal is to take these, walk it through, do this short little mini portion, practice that through, make sure you can see that connection between a D chord. Do it with an E minor. All you have to do is an E minor scale. Do it with a G chord. Whichever version of the G chord you know, it will still work. And we're going to do all of that with those following ones. Now, one other thing I'm connecting to here is the intervals. Those intervals are going to be helpful to you. So I would take a little bit of extra time and study those interval shapes, and I will explain that in a soon coming lesson with these, how those will all work together. All right? So if you have questions on this one, please let me know. I want to make sure that I am guiding you guys really, really smoothly through this. So go back through the video a couple of times, check out this information, and once you feel a little bit more confident, we'll move on to the next one. I will see you guys there at the next video. Keep rocking.